Hey, what's going on? Welcome. We'll be starting off today's show by easing my conscience. That will involve doing the dishes from yesterday very quickly. Put away stuff that needs to be put away, and we'll do the introduction to the show. Today is Sunday. It's the day after 4th of July, I think, right? And it's the afternoon time, which is going to be the time for these videos. The live streams will be taking place 1 o'clock Pacific time, which I guess is 4 o'clock Eastern time. It's still the afternoon, but it's just kind of the best time for the light and everything. I just like this time. So this will be the the first time of the we'll be going with these live streams. But before we begin the stream, we have to do some work. It will be quick. Oh, that was easy. That was good. So I did a burger in here last night, and it stuck. It just all came right off. Look at that. Lickety split. Bing, bang, bong. We're going to throw this away and get a new sponge. That sponge was gross. Do a direct exchange. This will be the new dirty sponge, new clean sponge. Today we're going to be looking at some zines. Mostly, I don't know what the thumbnail on this video looks like. I should go check and see if it turned out. But I did take a picture of some of the zines that we're going to be looking at today, this morning, and I think I uploaded it as the thumbnail of this live stream that you're watching. So we'll be looking at some zines. Part of my zine collection. It just happens to be ones that I just found in a stack yesterday. So I thought, let's look at these crappy zines from 2013 and 2012 and 2014. So that's what we'll do. In addition, we'll be looking at other stuff. Obviously, toys, maybe some comics and magazines. It just depends what we get to. And then we'll be talking about stuff that doesn't, it'll just be all over the place. Just whatever comes up is what we'll be talking about. And I have a feeling, since we're looking at those zines, we're probably going to be talking about the occurrences and where the people that I got the zines from, the time and place that I was getting these zines, who I was in my life at that point, that sort of thing. That might be in today's video. Kind of it. We might look at some, I'd sit down. We'll be looking at toys probably. So, what happens with the plan loosely for these live streams, at least here at the beginning, is that it'll be a sort of behind the scenes recap of last week in a little bit of a way, and then preview of next week in a little bit of a way, and then also something constructive. Like this week we're just looking at zines, but maybe next week we'll be making something. I don't know. Maybe next week we'll paint something. I'm not sure. I feel so much better now that the sink is done. Let's get to the stuff that we're going to be doing today, which is zines. Come on. Get down with the sickness. Your mother, get up. Come on, get down with the sickness. Sucker, get up. Come on, get down with the sickness. Come on, let's get down with the sickness. Ooh, look at that. Wow. So this is the stuff that, oh, let me see if I can, never done this before. Let's see if we could pull it up and see if it's showing as the thumbnail. I don't really know if it will or not. But that's what we're going to be doing. This is some of the stuff we're looking at today. This is some of the stuff that we're going to be looking at today right here. And other stuff, it will be zines. Oh, look, there it is. All right, so I can see the thumbnail, and it looks just like what you're looking at right here, which is kind of cool. I mean, I'm all right with that. There it is. That's interesting, man. All right, cool. All right. So today's video is brought to you by YouTube animator John Goris. We're going to be using this John Goris sticker. It's going to be here to the side whenever we need it, because there might be a need to censor some of this stuff, especially this stuff up here, which is a zine called Baitline. Some of this other stuff too. So I'm going to have this handy just in case I need to throw it, you know, up, because this is some edgy stuff we're going to be looking at today. Some of it. I mean, some of it. It's real fun. This is a time capsule of what people in the zine scene in San Francisco were creating in about probably about 2010 to 2015 is what we're going to be looking at here today. Some of it will be a little bit older, but none of it much newer than that, I don't think. I don't think there's going to be anything newer than 2014 or 2015. And this should be enough. There's a large stack to the side. There's enough stuff here. And some of it's pretty good, you know, some of it's fun. Let's start with this fluff. I remember this guy, Mike Gray. I met him in Sacramento a couple different times. He's from San Jose. So this guy was doing a thing. It was called, I think it's called UGG Comics, I think. One time, his art's really good, man. One time I got, you know, when I met him, when I ran into him, he gave me a UGG Comics, or Good Comics. He gave me a button that said UGG on it for an advertisement for his comic imprint, and it had a really cool illustration of the Bat Boy, you know, from World Weekly News. It's on a button. It's somewhere around here. Anyway, his style is really cool. Ran into him a couple different times at conventions and talked to him. We had something in common. We talked about not this. We talked about like where we're from or something. Here he is. He had kids too. So, oh look, he signed this. It says thank you. Look at that. He drew that little cat right there. And this is to my son. I'm glad I found this and pulled this out, because I can now. There's another reason to get rid of something. So I'm always looking for reasons to get rid of things that, you know, I find things, oh, this doesn't belong to me. Haha, I can give it back to the person it belongs to, because I got to make room in this place. So I got to set this aside to give to my son, because he signed it to him. So this is, look at that. This is post-elbow surgery circa 2004. So this was 2008. He signed it right there. Mike Gray, 2008. Thank you. So this guy's got a really cool style. He was doing really neat stuff. It's kind of this throwback golden age feel to it. Heavy lines. And the writing was good. I remember enjoying this. I read this, and I read something else by him too. As I said, I've ran into him a number of times throughout the years. I think we were from the same neighborhood in San Jose, because we talked about some place. We talked, oh yeah, what school? That sort of, you know. So I think something happened with him. I feel like he was creating doing some cartooning, animation stuff, working on things. I feel like when I talked to him, he was working on bigger things. He had projects. This guy was he continued to do this. This was a serious pursuit, and he did good work. I mean, I like this. This might be one of the best zines we look at today. It's very good. Look at all this stuff that's happening. It's just good. I mean, you can look at this and see that, to me, I see this as just being influenced by classic funny animal comics. Look, he even has the silhouette panel here. I mean, this is influenced by, this looks like Dell comics, right? This is a guy that read Walt Disney comics and stories and Dell and stuff. The Gingerbread and Breakfast. Also, this is a kid-friendly book. This is all kid-friendly stuff. Yeah, this is probably the only kid-friendly zine that we're going to be looking at today. What a terrible day at work. This is cool. He's like some sort of king dog, but he's wild, man. The Fruits of Evil. Well, I think this is short. I'm gonna look at this. King of the Dogs by Mike Gray. We have enough time. It's a 90-minute show. We have one viewer currently right now. Hello. Thank you for viewing. I hope you're enjoying the show. Slam! What a terrible day at work. I'm so mad I could kick something. In fact, I must kick something. Let's see. Already kicked the TV. Already kicked the wall. Already kicked my neighbor. Wait a minute. I can kick the dog. All right, Mutt, it's your turn for a kicking, so say your prayers. What the whimper? Man, that's cute, but you're still getting a kicking. What the dang it? Old Mrs. Inez must be dressing her pets again. Mrs. Inez? Hey! You, get down, bad dog. Hey, poof. Eek. Poof. No, poof. Wow. Poof. Man, he turned him into a dog. Be good, whimper. Poof. Say your prayers. Help. The Fruits of Evil. Enter Bad Apple. I like this illustration here in the back. This is a picture within a picture, right? He's holding an issue of Fluff, but not really. I mean, we're on the inside of the back cover. We can't see ourselves. But he is reading the comic that we're reading, and whatever that, it's a bear, I think, is perfectly drawn, and so is this rabbit. I like this. So that was Fluff. Fluff number 1 for the collectors out there. We didn't even have to do any censorship, but you never know, so we got to throw that up. The next thing we're going to look at is going to be Tallywhacker number 1. I looked through this already last night. There's no indication of the name of the person who created Tallywhacker. I do remember when I got Tallywhacker, it was when I first received Tallywhacker issue number 1 was at Golden Gate Park, and it was free from the creator of Tallywhacker. I just can't remember who the person was who created it. I can't remember at all. But the first few pages are worthwhile and we can look at. But then the rest of it, from one point moving forward, we can't really look at on this here. So we'll look at the cover. It's great. Whoever did that, and then there's nothing. It's just black on the back cover. There's nothing there. And it's just staples, printer paper, Tallywhacker. I like the font. I like the issue number 1. I don't know where he got or she got this photo, but it's great. It's a color photo. It says "Shriek with Pleasure." This is a really good picture, man. I don't know what this is from. Maybe a gun catalog or something from the 60s. I don't know. It's freaking cool. So you open this up here, and it says, "What is Tallywhacker?" In this zine, you will find illustrations of the weird shit that pops in my head from day to day, for better or worse. Okay. Gingerly turning the pages. Plastic surgery of future days. Nose job. Facelift. Boob job. Botox. Liposuction. Ass implants. This is a very John Kay influenced style, isn't it? I mean, this looks like Ren and Stimpy, right? Or something. It's good. It's really good. I like this right here. Yeah, I like this boob job, this mature woman, the facelift, the nose job, the liposuction. It's all pretty good. The ass implants. So yeah, this is like a young person who is very influenced by what is this, Nick at Night, or you know what I mean? This is like John Kay. It really looks good. It's okay. I mean, it's not fantastic, but it looks good, man. I don't know. What if Steven Seagal banged Robert Smith, and then it would be Brandon Lee, the Crow? It's okay. I mean, it's. I like that this kid is doing this. That whoever did this is jokes. And he even tells us what Tallywhacker is. It's just what I think of, and I'm making him into this. What if Lucky Charms banged Pigpen? You'd get Dustin Pedroia. So whoever created this is a Red Sox fan, right? This is just, it's odd, right? I mean, it's funny if you're a Red Sox fan, I guess. If you don't know anything about baseball, maybe you don't get this reference at all. You know, we're getting close. We can't really move much further than this. I think this is the spot where we have to stop. All right, so we got Jar Jar getting shot. And then it says, I want to see Amanda Bynes cast as a Jedi who smokes crack with Ewoks and uses the Force to turn Jar Jar inside out. This image is cool. What's she doing? Is she eating an ice cream or something? What the hell's going on here? Yeah, we can't. And then from this point forward, as I mentioned, I did do some prior looking at this stuff late last night so this would go quicker, so I wouldn't have to talk about it like this. But we can't move further with this one. It stops there. All right, so now let's look at something that is like professionally done and really well made. So I met this guy also at a zine fest type situation where a bunch of people who were creating their own art and creating zines were at Golden Gate Park. They do it like one big weekend every year. They used to. It's called the Zine Fest. And all the people that I would see throughout the year and buy zines from, sometimes I would run into them at this festival, and it was just a setup, not really a festival, man. It was like a field house. One of the field houses at Golden Gate Park would be cleared out, and they would just have card tables, tons of card tables and spots, just like a regular convention, but it would just be the people that created this very small person zine stuff in the city. So I met this creator of this zine. We'll get to his name in a second. He had some really cool prints that he had created. So I bought a couple prints from him, and then this was the zine that he was selling that he had as well. And it's really well done. He's like a monster kid. He's about my age, maybe even a little bit older than me, if I remember right. This is August 2014, Monster Nerd Creature issue. What's cool is there's just tons of stuff in here about the creature, mainly about the Creature Walks Among Us, which is the first creature movie that I ever saw as a little kid. And so it was the first time I saw the creature. He wasn't really even the creature. I didn't even know, but he's got a lot of stuff in here about it. We'll see. We're going to look at it. To Dave, thanks for being a monster nerd. What's this guy's name? Nice guy. This guy was nice. Where's his name? E.F. Kohler. The Aquamaniac from the A-Team. Yeah, this is cool. So he made this little zine here, and it's pretty much a tribute to just creatures, man. To just the whole thing. He even talks about it, man. So sorry I couldn't resist, but what monster-centric zine would be complete without a tip of the hat to that seminal Monster Mag, famous monsters of filmland? Welcome to Monster Mag. So here's the introduction. You know, he's talking about all this Monster Kid stuff. This is 2014 when this is happening. Isn't that right? Yeah, August 2014. Look at how he did his table of contents, just like a Warren magazine. He did a great job, man. It looks really nice. Yeah, it's very nice, man. E. Francis, look at that. Man, that's neat, man. E. Francis Kohler, founder, publisher, and editor. He did such a great job. Look at the font, everything, man. And he did it just to look like a Warren mag. He only had a couple copies of this, too. I mean, it wasn't... this... I mean, yeah, there really were. There's probably like 5 or 6 copies of this on his table. And I'm sure he sold them all or gave them all away that day, as well as all of his prints. His prints were great. One of the prints that I got from him is a sort of parody of the album cover of that Rolling Stones album. Is it called These Girls? Where it's all the pictures, except instead of, so all the faces that are you know, it's all monsters, and it's great, man. Rehabilitating the creature walks among us, giving the gill man treacle another swim by. So here we go. So this is his article all about Creature Walks Among Us, which was the first time I had ever seen the creature. And when I saw it, it was on a home movie without any sound. I think, was it called 35 millimeter or 16 millimeter? I forget. The little ones that were about this big around and were in a shoebox in the closet next to the projector and the screen. And there were all these movies in there. Cartoons and edited versions of movies that were about 7 minutes long, maybe. And so it was, and it's a silent movie. And it was an edited silent version of this movie that I could see and watch in my living room whenever I wanted. And I discovered it existed, you know, and I was like, what? And it had this great cover, you know, they were in these little cardboard boxes that opened up that fit exactly and had this great graphics on it. And so all this stuff that happens here, especially this part, you know, the last part where it looks like he's in Santa Cruz or something. I always thought that's where it was. When I was a little kid, I was like, man, when he walks off into the ocean, is he going to pop up when I go crab fishing in Santa Cruz or when I go surfing? Is he going to be in there? And I kind of thought that when I was a kid. I was hoping that was the case, that he was going to be alive in the ocean and I could pal out with the creature. He could be my father figure. Creature Cousins. This is so cool. Look at all the work this guy did. E. Francis Kohler. So he's got all these different creatures, and then he has a key to all Creature Cousins key. He has a key to every single one, every picture. So there's 2 viewers. Welcome. I'm glad you're watching. I hope you enjoy it. We're going to look at these creatures closely. If you recognize the creature, you could take this test at home if you wanted to. You could be writing down the numbers, and because what we're going to do is look at each creature individually here, and then we'll look at the key. But right now we're looking at creatures. E. Francis Kohler, Monster Nerd, #1, August 2014. Very small press zine. Look at this one. I like that guy right there. That's barely a creature. I mean, it's a monster. It's hard to say that that's like a creature, like a sea creature or something. What would be the definition? I mean, these are all Creature of the Black Lagoon kind of derivatives. I do like to see the cartoon versions. Is that an Inhumanoid from the Deep? There's so many, it's really hard for me to differentiate. Like, I would be terrible at this. I don't really know who anybody is. You know, I'm like out of my depth. No pun intended. But there's very few of these creatures that I immediately know off the bat. I can just say, oh, it's that guy. Oh, that one's that guy. There should have been a picture of the Great Garloo, though. I feel like there should be a picture because he's kind of, I mean, he fits right in. Creature Cousins Key. Man, this is just deep. Look at them all. If this is your bag, this is a really cool little zine. I don't know. It might be very difficult to find this. So you should be enjoying what you're looking at if you're into this stuff. I mean, one of them's from DuckTales. Gravedale High, that was a pretty good cartoon. The Undersea Gal from Hell, well, that was Abe Sapien. Creature from Jones Lake, Teen Titans. All right. The Monster from Deep Time. This guy put forth a lot of time and effort, did a lot of writing. As well, I hope something more happened with E. Francis Kohler because he did such a good job, so put forth so much work in this zine he made. Here he's got a cover of a Jughead cover. And it's been, well, I mean, Ronnie wouldn't be in charge of cleaning out the pool. It would be the staff. But it would be implied that it's been so long since the maintenance, since the pool crew was at the lodge estate, that there's a gill man in her pool. Love Abbott and Costello. Abbott and Costello Go to Mars. Boy, I need to watch this. I have to watch that. I can't remember when I saw this. It's probably available on YouTube. You could probably find it. Abbott and Costello Go to Mars. Got some upshots. This is like some creature porn. This is like if you're living a life as a gill man, that's what you're dreaming of. This is what you hate to see. Lubricating the present. Wow, he really broke it down. This is neat what he did here, man. So he's making comparisons between, type of things like the comparisons between Creature of the Black Lagoon and Jaws, which is what he's doing here. He's got this article about comparing Claws versus Jaws, comparing two famous baddies from the Devonian period. I don't know what that means, Devonian period. But this is neat, man. This guy, man, E. Francis Kohler. He's got a great name, too. Even the name sounds like he should be making a monster magazine. That's a cool picture. Someone put a Vader helmet on a gill man. Oh, that's nice. Who is this? Nice photograph. What? Something about Hearst Castle. St. Simeon. What? Millicent Patrick. Patrick sought, what is this stuff? Served as chief engineer in the early construction. She was born a baroness. Huh, this is good, man. I want to find interesting stuff. Cool. There's another Gillman cover from an Archie comic. Who's that kook with Betty? That kook's not Betty Steady. He's just a drip. Man, Betty's wild, isn't she? She doesn't care what people think. She's that type of girl. Primitive Primate Press merchandise. That's nice. It's some action figures. Get the Bride stripped bare by her bachelors. Even the terrifying wordless photo novel from Primitive Primate Press. Huh, okay. Maybe you could look that up if you wanted to. I don't know what that is. Primitive Primate Press merchandise. Collect all three. It's easy. They come in sets of 3. Genuine Monster Nerd buttons. He made buttons. Nice. He did such a cool job. Look at he called it instead of Captain and Company or whatever it was, Primitive Primate Press, and he makes the see this is what I was telling you about. Didn't I say it was like some girls? Um, so this is the exact uh, print that I bought from him the day that I got this from him, and it's 12 by 12. It looks exactly like an album cover. It will even fit in a sleeve of, like a plastic bag or a frame that's made for album covers. And it's very nice. The colors are really bright and cool on this print. It's not, it's here somewhere. I need to frame it and put it up. It'll be on the wall soon. So that's neat that we have something created by E. Francis Kohler that we can put up in the apartment that's other than this great zine that we have from him. So we'll put that up soon. Monster Nerd. The Merca from Doctor Who. Well, that was good. What's your favorite monster? Well, that's cool. So, as I mentioned, this is probably the most YouTube friendly as well as the most mainstream type zine that we'll look at here today, because now we're going to look at some other stuff. Well, we might have to censor it. Let's start with this shit I drew in 2013. Mommy, I'm going to be a punk forever. This is on the thumbnail, so we should do this. Okay. We should gingerly look at this and have this ready, because I can't remember what happened in this. Oh, this is okay. It just says is it hand drawn and hand colored. Oh, crap. It is. Hey, this is hand drawn and hand colored. I can feel it. This part, the red. This is a copy. But whoever did this went over it with a red pencil. Yeah, this is a hand colored. Oh, some of this might be hand drawn. It feels like it. That's interesting. How to be the best bar regular. Always tip. Only order beer or uncomplicated drinks. Wait your turn. Smile. Wow, this is pretty level-headed stuff. Find out the bartender's name. Don't expect him to remember yours. Pick up. Wow, no, don't do that. No, don't do number 6. That's not being a good regular. Don't work. Don't do that. Don't be too nice to anyone. Don't be nice to the. Also, don't. Is this a joke? This is a joke. Don't. This is almost a halfway joke. But I don't think it is. This is interesting, man. So this is like a time capsule of what life in San Francisco is like. There's like the Mission or Soma or something like that. The Park Side, certain neighborhoods. Okay. This is like a transplant. This is not a person who grew up and lives in San Francisco. It's not a big city person. They're right. The first 4 things. You don't need to, don't work to try and find the bar. Don't make anyway. This is too much. Don't do any of this stuff. Don't do any of this stuff. Don't insert yourself into the bar like a regular is. Let everything happen naturally. Don't bus. Don't assist. Don't offer to help if they're going on a break. Don't do any of this stuff. This is the type of shit that would annoy me. Okay, it will piss me off if you're overly friendly and an overly involved regular. A good regular, find a quiet, dark spot and sit there, and then just be quiet and order the same stuff. We might have conversation eventually, but yeah, this is a kid, man. which is fine. It's all cool, but I mean, let's be serious. PAF, I don't know what that means. Illustration's okay. DCNY. Okay. Punk as Puck. Oh, God. Some kid came over to me on campus and told me I was punk as fuck. Oh, that's hard. All right, be careful. So some of this will be painful. All right, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna sugarcoat this. I'm just gonna tell you that moving forward, we might have already looked at all the best stuff, except for bait line, which I need to always remember to cover things up. I mean, he's asking somebody up here is asking for a rim job. Please, I'd like a rim job while I take a nap. It's like a want ad. This would be funnier if it said job wanted, like the editor of Baitline was half stepping. If it said job wanted really big, and then down here it said I'd like a rim job, that would be funny. But anyway, some of this could be painfully bad. All right. But we're going to look at it. I imagine my hatred solved by. Oh boy. Oh man. I imagine my hatred solved by vengeance. I imagine you crawling and screaming, looking into your own broken mirror reflection of your own demise. You will come to realize you've done this to yourself, your actions, your words. You are aware, you can smell your own filth. You can see the fate you wrote through your disrespect. And there's some cats. Meow. Wow, a lot of this tentacle stuff. All right. Oh. See, this is why we're looking. Oh, look. Oh, she colored it. I'm saying she because this looks like a girl to me, guys. This looks like a girl made the scene. I don't know. I haven't seen a name yet, but I think this is a girl. I don't know. But this is well done. This is the first. See, this is why we have to do this, and this isn't bad. What am I doing here? This is pretty creepy, and this is okay. This is the best stuff we've seen in here. This was an illustration I did for a children's book idea. I had set myself up to write. It never got past a few lines, and the gem. I guess this is the gem. Swamp Hat. Oh, okay. See, I like this. And I really like that the artist took the time to go through the zines that they were going to be giving away for free or selling for $1. Most of these, if I did pay for them, which I didn't usually, it would be $1 or $2 a piece for most of these. She took the time to hand color certain portions of the zines, or they did. It looks cool. That's the best thing, man. What am I doing here? I'm the best at being the worst. That's nice too, I guess. I like that drawing. I've been diagnosed with nearly all possible disorders. This is a side note. But giving it a name plus a prescription doesn't really solve much. Yeah, insightful. I will have to take responsibility for all the times I fuck up. Ooh, Jiminy Cricket. I like that a lot. Man, this is why you can't patch. See, I don't know if you were watching this, if you, the viewer, but I was passing judgment on this person, on the person who made this. I did pass some judgment. I thought that this was silly. That they were like being a bad bar patron, telling other people to be bad bar patrons. This looks childish and boring to me, and so does this. And then this is just straight up like this was weird, right? What this person was writing here was strange and kind of threatening. But then, boom, we get the swamp hag, which was outstandingly drawn, beautifully drawn, and then this page. This is good. This is all good. The side note is good. This all good. This is like this is how you defeat self stigma. Is what this person is doing right here. This person is verbally and is like publicly making statements about how they want to positively affect their life moving forward, and they're saying, I'll take responsibility for all the times I fuck up. And they're showing this image of a lit cigarette being pushed into an eye. It's pretty impactful. I like it. He said I was a big girl, that I should just deal with it, get over it, move on. But that is impossible when you live in fear of yourself and what you've lost. Whoa. That's good too. Really cool imagery as well. This is well done. I like this. See, I love all this truth. This is what you want to see in these zines. I like this. Looks like this is maybe a photocopy. See, these are pages right here. It looks like this may be a photocopy of one of this person's sketchbooks. Something that they had done before, and they copied that corner of it. I like it a lot. Self-hatred. It says suck it, and it's a big bleeding knife, okay, over a burger. It says self-hatred is a cheeseburger and fries. I like that. This is surprisingly good. Oh, that's okay. I'm sorry is my catchphrase. Manic depression. Happy, sad. I wish all this would stop, please. Scummer, squatters, get off my lawn. Feed your dogs, damn it. No kidding. Man. When I lived back on 9th Street for a tick, or even when okay, hold on. This is a copy. This is from the inside of her sketchbook. And she writes, when I lived on 9th Street for a tick, or even at all, but I am growing more confident in myself. Oh, man, I like this girl. Scummer, squatters, get off my lawn and feed your dogs, damn it. I like the lettering that she used. Calling her a she now because she referred to herself as a she, or she quoted someone calling her a she back here. He said I was a big girl. Nobody's girl. Oh man, this stuff's great. Look, she drew hearts. These are all hand drawn with a colored pencil. Nobody's girl. Yeah, this. What year is this? That spelling. This is like 2010 or something. I like it. I like her style. I like the scribble. I like the scrawly, sharp. And I like the shadows. This is well done. This is a good cartoonist. This girl's a good cartoonist. Yeah, she is. This girl's a good cartoonist, and this zine is like she doesn't even need this zine because you can read what she wrote in this zine, and she's like building herself up by busting herself down. That's what I like about the honesty, is that she's willing to break her own balls. She's talking about some of the shit that she went through, and you can tell that she's young, and at first it seemed like she was a little goofy, but she's self-actualized, man. I like it. She's like, at least, I mean, she's on her way up the pyramid. Maybe she's at the top. Look at this. This might be the pinnacle. This is what the zine's for, is to speak your truth, as Oprah would say. I like everything on this whole double-page spread, man. It's cool. I love the unibrow. I love this unibrow, and it says ugly girls have the most power. And then there's some sort of weird transformation happening here. Read my lips. Eat shit. Isn't that sick? I think that's dope right there. And she wrote eat shit with the red pencil. It didn't say anything. It just said read my lips. And then afterwards, before she sold me this or gave this to me, she wrote eat shit right there. Be careful. You gotta be careful.
Dreamweaver. What was that? Gary Wright. Is that Gary Wright that did that song Dreamweaver? She got 6-pack of beer. I don't know what that is. Is that flowers? Ugh. Oh, is that a? It says girls' school. Okay, well, that's just. We don't need to do these conversations. Ooh. Gosh, see, this is. Boy, the whole stream could be over right now. I completely fell asleep at the wheel. I mean, we need to really be ready with this thing. Published 2014, Better Dead Than Dumb. Suck it. That was good. I liked that a lot. All right. So, we got a big stack to bring over. Boom. So, we're not going to get into Baitline either, especially not after we just ran into. So, let's take a look at this. It says, don't give up. It's red. They went with a more expensive paper. It's nice. Please Don't Give Up. Chapter 1 of 4. Written and drawn by Tien Pham. Okay. Let's get into it. The creator of this zine is polished. I mean, has a nice feel to it. This is more expensive. You know, it costs a little more money to do this, or time. This is nice. I get off work in 3 hours. Well, this is my old neighborhood. Okay, this is a kid that lives in my old neighborhood. This is nice. He's getting jumped. I guess this is about him getting bullied. You know, in the Parkside neighborhood, maybe. The avenues. Getting bullied in the avenues is what you would call this. But that's what this neighborhood is the avenues. Yikes. Wow, this looks great. I had no idea that this was Please Don't Give Up. So there's been very little words in here yet. We haven't read them. We've just been kind of slipping through pages and looking at panels from a distance, and it looks so good. Tien Pham, I think his name was. Man, this is great. Good stuff, man. Wow, there's just a whole story. I got to set this aside. So we're going to do a review on this. So what do we have so far? We have fluff. We got to set this aside. Where's fluff? We got to set this aside. And we got to set this aside because I want to read this and spend some time on this zine that's called Please Don't Give Up by Tien Pham. And we'll do a whole video on this. I'm going to review this. It looks really good. I'm going to read it completely and then see if it warrants a review, a full video. Everywhere but home. I think this is poetry. Sometimes Alana Lopez or Elena or Alina. So sometimes you would meet these people that were poets or writers, and they're making their own zines. Ooh, look at that. Oh man, it's Mount Rushmore. Even with your eyes closed, you can see someone approaching. His shadow shows on the inside of your eyelids. I mean, if you're a schizophrenic, maybe. So sometimes you run into people that are writers or poets, and they would make zines like this. Right? It's pretty good. Some of these look like they might be photos that she took. Maybe this is her dog or her friend's dog. Maybe this is her. Looks like she likes to travel. That's a picture of Devil's Mountain, right? table, right? Isn't that where the aliens come in Close Encounters? This is what Richard Dreyfuss made out of mashed potatoes at the dinner table. Freaked Terry Garr out so much. Another baseball fan, right? This is the second zine we found with a baseball reference in it. This person is probably from Minnesota or something, transplanted to San Francisco, and they're still a Twins fan. Is that right? Is that where the Twins are from? Minnesota Twins? I don't know where that giant cherry is. I don't know where that's from. Welcome to San Jose. I'll protect. What? Okay. Play me, I'm yours. All right. We could set that aside. We don't need to look at that again. An illustrated history of personal failure. I like the title. I like the illustration. This looks like a tambourine to me. Is this a tambourine? Is that what that is? To me, it looks like the top of a tambourine. Like the instrument tambourine. This looks like the top of one with a person's picture on it. But I don't know if I'm right. I guess if you wanted to be a musician and you focused on tambourine, European Summer Trip of Doom, starring myself. Okay. It's thick. It's thick. Huh, nicely done. Solid. Let's go to Europe. Woot. Me and my travel buddy Dave. It all started pretty awesome. Had this amazing apartment sublet in the middle of Florence. Shit happens. Buongiorno. That's okay. How could you drink beer in Italy? You're so dumb. But then after a stupid fight, I was alone. Oh, they got in a stupid fight. They're drinking. Oh, man. This is what happens when you're too young and stupid to be a world traveler. This might be good. The illustrations are okay. I have a feeling it's not going to be funny, though. Yeah, because I'm cynical. I'm an old guy. I hate young people. All of those things. They have bad opinions. Anyway, it doesn't look bad. This is okay. I might read this more. So I remember this kid clearly because he's from my neighborhood, and I bought a T-shirt from him because of this title, Sidewalk Empire. So he wrote, or he made this zine, and he had other ones too, and I do have other ones. He had a really good T-shirt that was an overhead map of our neighborhood, like a street map, and it said Sidewalk Empire on it. I have it around here somewhere. It doesn't even, it's like a standalone shirt. It just looks really cool. But this is a kid that grew up in my neighborhood, and he made this zine about our beach, the place that, where I used to go every single day. And it's not bad, man. It's pretty good stuff. I remember being impressed by what he did here. He's kind of formulating what the plan is going to be here at the beginning, like introducing the characters, if I remember right. And then they come up with the idea, they decide to open up this stand, where we used to hang out at the beach. And that's what it's, it goes on and on, It's okay, I guess. But see, it's just mostly reminiscent for me because it's my old neighborhood, and it's like jokes about the old neighborhood and stuff like that. See, this is what the shirt looked like. So this is why I bought this kid's shirt, because this is San Francisco, and this is our neighborhood. This is the avenues and stuff. Or actually, our neighborhood's over here. So this isn't it. Huh, this is like a partial version of it, how he did this. Interesting. So this is downtown. This is like the worst part of San Francisco. And, you know, this is Fisherman's Wharf up here. This is where Golden Gate Bridge goes across. This is where the VA is and the Army base, Fort Miley. And this is our beach right here. And on the t-shirt, it's all filled in. And our area is highlighted. And you can see the lifeguard stand and the spot. His turtle is there and everything. Oh, there it is. Comic strip by Eddie On. So shit, I'm so far behind. So this is the guy. This is the kid from my neighborhood, and this is what I was just telling you. So this is where this zine takes place. This part of the city, which is like a very secluded part of the city that is not often seen. This is a big beach right here, and this is the Pacific Ocean. Like Hawaii and Japan are over here. Golden Gate Bridge is right here. Whenever you see stuff about San Francisco, it's all taking place down here. There's all the hills that all the car chases are in, and here's where all the baseball and football, you know, parks are and everything, and the tourists, and this Pier 39, this is the Embarcadero. Anyway, this is where everything happens in San Francisco whenever you hear about San Francisco. But this is the quiet part over here. Like Chinatown's over here, North Beach's over here, all the stuff you know about. But over here is the quiet, sleepy part of the city. It's like a beach community, or as close as San Francisco can be to a beach kind of surfing community. It's all right here. This is Golden Gate Park. All the zines we're looking at today, most of them were purchased right around here in Golden Gate Park, this area right here. Or I got them for free in this area. Demon. So I remember this kid as well. I bought the first 3 issues of these from him. They were like $2 a piece or $1 each or something. I also bought one of his prints because he was doing really good work, man. Let's take a look. Demon #1, Jason Shiga. Sign it here for me. He had a really neat print that might be from this. This is so what's happening here, I think, you know, this is this looks like an eclipse. It is an eclipse. So this is about I'm remembering all this right now. If I remember right, this is a deeply depressed person. The main character in this comic is like ascending. Okay, he's writing something like his final words right here. He's trying to decide what's going to be in my note. All right, but you know, he just ascends to the ceiling. That's kind of it. You know, it's a little bit like Harold from Harold and Maude. I just thought about that. It's kind of what this guy is. Harold and Maude took place in San Francisco as well. So this guy's always thinking about doing something terrible. Right? So yeah, I don't know what happens at the end. Maybe we need to set this aside too to read. His design is great, and yeah, I want to see. This is #2. This is #2. It's thinner, so he's going to explain more about what happened in 1. This looks like a hospital, so maybe he ends up in the hospital. See the floor in this pedestal sink. I don't know. That's the first thing that I saw. Yep, look, he's in the hospital. Yeah, so let's check this whole thing out. Maybe this is complete. It might be a 3-issue series, 1, 2, and 3 of Demon. So let's set that aside as well. That needs to be read and perhaps reviewed because he did really good work, man. Did you see the I like his style. I like it, and I like the tone, the color tones he used. Put some effort and time in. Toast stories. A little murder, a little mystery. Throw in a few slices, and you have a 24-hour toast comic. By Carrie, or is that Carl? I think it's Carl. By Carl Daughter. I like the art. I like that this toast is popping up and talking to us. 11 a.m. at Comic Relief. Tick, 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 sniff, pop. Comic Relief. That might be a comic shop in San Francisco where this guy works. I don't know for sure. This looks pretty good. It's not bad. This looks like it could be read as well, right? I mean, it could be. This is definitely readable. You know, I read it before, but that was like 15 years ago when I read this, or 10, whenever I got it. Was when I read it the first time. I remember nothing about it. A lot of these, you know, some of like this I don't remember anything about, but it looks pretty good. This is readable. Let's set it aside and give it a read. This I completely remember. I remember this guy. This is a guy that was very prolific, and I would see him at a lot of places with a table set up, or sometimes not even a table. He would just be sitting in a folding chair, and he would have different versions, you know, different volumes of the Ghost of Ready Reference issues, small issues like this, different ones, lots. Like he put out a lot of them. This guy's story is pretty cool. This is a guy that was an older gentleman who had worked, like I just guessed, his entire career in the main branch library on Market Street in San Francisco, which is this giant public library that's huge. It's like a skyscraper. It's like 10 stories high or something. It's giant. Well, this guy used to work at the Ready Reference desk. And before the internet, and even during the internet, I guess, you know, his job was to sit there and people would come up to this desk and they would ask him questions, and they would ask him about to be directed to different parts of the library where they could find this research and the answers to all different questions. And he worked there for so long, and he had so many experiences with the public that he turned it into a zine called The Ghosts of Ready Reference. Inside the Ghosts of Ready Reference is going to just be mostly text and his notes and information, the answers to the questions that the people ask most commonly, or the unusual stories of different moments that people asked him questions. It's really good. I mean, it's really good. Look, a viewing guide for fireworks. It's the day after 4th of July. See? How about that for serendipity? Love Bunny Press. I'm trying to find his name. Anyway, that's the Ghosts of Ready Reference, and it's good. If you ever come across any of these, if you ever see them, grab them, add them to your comic collection or your periodical collection. This is excellent reading. Set that aside, and we'll read it. Butter Sword. Regarding December 2008. All right, let's move forward. Whew, this one could be rough. Volume 1, December 6th through 31st, 2008. MC Miller and Jen Hernandez. They're a couple, I think. I think that's them, right? And they're making a comic. Okay. I mean, maybe it's good. I don't want to read it. I don't have enough time. I've got other stuff. This stack is the stuff that immediately gathers my attention and that I have time to read, but that doesn't. More Beer, Less Work, issue number 15 with Egu Crew. Okay, this is some urban youths that are creating a zine. Less work, more beer. Smiley, nobody, somebody, and anybody. First printing, kids out of Oakland. It's the Everybody Get Up crew. Heck yeah. Let's go fuck shit up. All right, let's do this. More Beer, Less Work comic book on sale now. Barely Alive comic book on sale now. I mean, it's better than the last one, right? This is better than Butter Sword. A lot better than Butter Sword. Here's the Everybody Get Up gallery. It's up here. We're inside this gallery up in here. You can get in right here. It's an Alameda. Car versus Pedestrian. Red Velvet and Monstark. This is a story of how this person was hit by a car. I know this guy, this Monstark guy. I remember him. This is him right here, I believe. He made some other stuff. He made some cool stuff. Set that aside. We're almost done with the zine portion of the show. After this, we're going to be looking at some toys real quick. San Francisco Artists Union's Lonely Isles. Opens up. Now there's nothing left to buy. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Oh, these are bits. That's pretty good. I like that. The art's not great, but the joke is funny to me. I like the joke. I like misery. Never a cop when you need one. Now, let's get back here to the beginning. This is okay. Dr. Josh Barone. Let's see what this is. This is the San Francisco Cartoonist Union's Lonely Isle. Looks like they gave, I don't know, this premise to a bunch of different cartoonists. I don't think these are all the same cartoonists. So they give the premise of making a joke about two people stuck on an island. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe these are all the same cartoonists. I don't know. It would be better if it was what I said it was. I don't know if that's what it is. Hey, Bigfoot. Okay, maybe it's not as notable or worth looking at as I thought it might. But we looked at the best stuff. I mean, that's kind of funny. I mean, that's funny too. This is funny. I like that. Okay. All right. What's this? It's Dr. Josh Barone from the San Francisco Cartoonist Union. His card was inside of here, so let's put that back in here. All right, so now we need to be ready for censorship. So I'm just going to tell you real quick about Baitline. I think that this one could work. It's my old address where Baitline used to come. No, that won't work. Thought I had seen one. Oh, maybe it's over here. So, here we go. So, around the same time as all this other stuff that we've been looking at, right around the same time as all the other stuff we've been looking at, I met these people that make this, or made this zine. It was called Baitline. And maybe they had one zine, the most current issue, sitting there. Maybe they didn't. I think maybe they did. They had something there, and I said, this looks pretty cool. What are you guys doing? And they told me what they were doing. They said this is a newspaper. It's a zine that comes out on a regular basis, and it's free. So you look up here, it says 0 cents. It's free. Just sign your name and put your address on this clipboard, and we'll put you on a mailing list. So I did that. And then they started mailing me these zines. That's why there's so many here. See all these? There's more here than even are in here. And so what this is a real, this is like real raunchy. There's some real funny stuff in here, but it's all real, like I just said. So this is a lot of want ads. There's a lot of it's just a mixture of weird stuff from just a group of people that can. And so once you get one issue of Bateline, you can contribute to Bateline. So you can send in whatever you want to them. They might print it in the next Bateline. So after about a year of amassing these things being mailed to my address, I run into them again, and I see the girl from Bateline, and I say, "Man, I've been getting Bateline. I love it so much. It's fantastic. It's really fun." And she said, "Oh, thank you so much." And I said, I wanted to know, is there some way I could help you guys, because I can tell that you're like using stamps, like real stamps. And can I know it's free, but how about if I send you some stamps? And she like freaking practically did some backflips. She's like, "I would love that. It would be so great if you could send me stamps." This might have been her, Cy Wagon. "Send me stamps to the Coleridge address." And so I did. And so it made me feel much better, because she had put forth so much effort in this zine. There's just so much creepy, weird stuff in here. So I'm going to, hold on, give me a second. See, like here's an example of what you're going to get. This is I open it right up. Prisoner pen pals. These are actual prisoners who want pen pals, and they're in here. They're asking. Here she is. She's like, "Here's a few tips if you're going to write to the pen pals. If you're going to write to the prisoners, here's some tips." Like, look. Crazy Cat Lady comics. The whole thing will be filled with stuff like this. I got to be careful, because there's a lot of pictures. There's a lot of sexual stuff in here. It's like one of the things that happens. Like look at this seeking. Look at all this. Ooh. New Bay Area heavy band, tall girl seeking shows, towering brutality with ponderous interludes. By and for tall girls. Psychics who support. Look at this. Ah! Wah! It just send lascivious femme-on-femme rhyming poems. Don't be afraid to be phallic. Don't be afraid to be phallic. Too much crap. So this would come like every 2 weeks or something. She was very prolific. They were very prolific there at Bateline. This. I don't know if you guys have if you found a good Publix service in your neighborhood, but this is, here's, it's real stuff, man. Just a lot of trippy stuff. Mission Mini Comics. The sporting pages. Ooh, I like this. I like that alien. On Earth, you can't win. Yeah, so that was Bateline. And I feel like we could spend hours looking at Bateline, but at the same time, it's just such a sketchy pursuit, because it's real explicit in here, man. It gets much worse. So much cool stuff. For crying out loud, why don't you write a prisoner? Reach inside, water the intellectual and cultural desert. I'm careful, because there's pictures of dicks on every page sometimes. Sometimes there's pictures of dicks. Like, this is unusual. You know what? This is it. This is the very... So, wow, I used this. More things to do. Sunday. That's the day we have the live streams. This is awesome. Because this right here, remember how I was saying one of these is going to be the first one that I ever got from them? This is not a regular copy of Bateline. This is one page. This is what they gave away at the sign-up. So there's no stamp on this. This is the very first one I ever got. So it might... Home remedies for worms and parasites. This is the first thing I got from them. Like talking about books. See, you never know what's going to be here. It could be just creepy stuff, like little dicks with wings floating around, and Yeah, see, it's just, yeah. All right, so that's it. That's Bateline. Highly talented staff and folks that put this together. And it was a sad day when I realized I wasn't going to be receiving any more Batelines because they're so good. You can see that there's lots of them here, and there's even more. These were just the ones that were in this stack of stuff. Look how neat she would do. You know, even where she would put the address was like, look, she even parodied her own thing. You know, this month she called it Buttline instead of Bateline. All right. Toys. What's coming up, man? This is kind of a weird one. I mean, I don't know if it's weird. It's just really old and interesting. So this is the golden Tom Mix golden plastic bullet telescope, and it comes from 1950. And a kid would have to mail away from Purina, like from some cereal company. Not some, from a cereal company called Ralston Purina. You would mail away, and I don't have the ad for it. I wish I had the comic book with the ad on the back. I have it somewhere. It's not handy. So they'd send you this little box, man. Like this kid was Gordon Motion in Ypsilanti, Michigan, and he owned this golden plastic bullet telescope that does a bunch of stuff. Look at all the things it does. It's a bird call. It's a telescope. It's a microscope. There's a secret compartment, and also it was responsible for the death of Jack Kennedy. The CIA used this magic bullet in a most heinous way in 1963. We'll never forget what happened that day. But this is the magic bullet, and it is funny or odd that a kid's toy is a giant bullet that looks like it goes to an elephant gun. This looks like, you know, it's really well made. Like the tooling on it is really nice. The plastic is solid. Ralston Purina, it's a big company. You know, they have a lot of lawyers. So they're aware of how, you know, lawsuits, litigation works. So they want to make sure that everybody knows it's plastic. Okay, you're not going to get an actual gold bullet. It's not the golden bullet telescope. It's the golden plastic bullet telescope. So it had to clear through the legal department, and they said you got to put plastic if you're going to call this thing a golden telescope. You got to make sure that they know it's plastic. So this part right here, I mean, this can magnify or embigify. It might be able to embigify something. This as well, it magnifies or embiggifies. And then when you put them together, they do the same thing. They magnify or embigify. I don't remember, but we got to look through it all. I mean, we're not going to do it right now. It's going to be in a video. I decided we're going to do this in a long form video outside in the backyard. I did some stuff, you know, yesterday I shot a couple shorts of me shooting off that rocket from the 60s, and a plastic rocket. And I decided, you know what, the light's so nice out here, and this is a toy that a kid, when he got this in 1950, he would have immediately, if I got this in 1950 and I mailed away for it, and I was counting the days and looking at the calendar, hey mom, how long ago did you mail that thing to Ralston Purina for my gold bullet? And it finally arrived, I would take it outside. I would be using, you know, the powers that it has in the backyard. The magic powers that were made for the golden plastic bullet are meant for outside. Like, you're not going to call a duck in the house. So we got to go in the backyard and see if we can call a duck. I don't know if there are ducks out there. There's woodpeckers out there. There's red-tailed hawks and turkey vultures. Those are the birds I see the most. So we're going to do that. New action figure that I just got the other day that's coming up in a review. One of my favorite wrestlers all time. You know, I really like the Steiner brothers. This is Rick Steiner. You know, they called him the dog face gremlin. Comes with this really nicely detailed entrance leather jacket. Looks just like the one that he really wore. It's got these Mack truck bulldog hood ornaments affixed to the outside of it. It's really nice, man. It's made of this hard plastic. It fits on him perfectly. Or it's a soft plastic. Fits on him perfectly, but he can't bend his arms. When you can't really have him in an action pose. It's more on entrance or like standing there, looking like Rick. But the Steiner brothers, these guys were, he's a collegiate wrestler. I think he went to University of Michigan, and he's part dog. That's one of the things I'm kind of disappointed with about the figure. We'll be doing a review of this figure this week. But the thing about Rick is that you got to kind of get him. He's got to be able to do this sort of thing, right? Because this is what he did. So Rick would come out, and he would act like a pit bull, like a dog, man. He would be down on the mat like this. He would like fucking go around the mat like a big, look at this guy. He's the dog-faced gremlin. He's got the old singlet, the wrestling singlet. He's got his own. He's got his face. Does he have his face on his boots? If you get your face on your own boots, he's got great boots. I don't see his face there. But look, on the back of his singlet, it says "Bite me." This guy was a complete and total badass. His brother was a mathematician and an absolute genius. Steiner math. You should look it up. This guy was great, but you can't really get him in the full dog-faced gremlin pose. I haven't been able to get him into the dog-faced gremlin positioning yet. We'll try it in the ring. We'll see if his arms, he won't arch his back enough. But it's amazing, okay? Like, this is what I'm telling you, man. Wrestling figures. It looks just like him. It's just dead on. What they're doing, what the art department, with Mattel and with how good they do it's why I buy these figures. So I get real excited and happy when I find a wrestler that I enjoy watching, that I have some nostalgic investment in. That there's something about the guy as an entertainer and an athlete. It's a combination. This is the ultimate entertainer, is what we're looking at here. Sports entertainment. So if there's guys that mean something to me, when the figures come out, or when I see them, because a lot of times these figures have been out for a couple of years and such, and they present themselves to me and I'm able to buy them, I'll buy it, and it's just like, man, these guys, it's because they do such an amazing job of capturing the likenesses of these talents. These guys are real people. That's the other thing that's cool about it, is that I bitch about, man, Matt Murdock's hair needs to be red, or why is Wolverine so tall, right? He's supposed to be 5'2" or something, or whatever I bitch about sometimes. But you can't bitch about this stuff, because no one would buy the figures. Like, if one of these guys comes out with a wonky eye or it doesn't look right, I'm not buying that messed up Lex Luger, right? It's got to look like, it's got to be the Lex Luger that touches us all, like in the hearts and in the minds. And so that's why these figures are so important. The likenesses are so important. They get the tattoos right perfectly. Man, they got Rick being Rick, man. It's perfect. So that's some good shit right there. Also, what else is coming up? This is coming up this week. This is just this crazy toy from Ideal. It came out, I don't know, about the 50s, 60s. I don't know. I can't remember the year. I have to look it up again. Anyway, this is the 50s or mid 50s, maybe as late as 1960. I don't know. I've got the full complete box of this thing, and it's really big, man. This box. Well, you can see. Look at the weights. So this box is like 24 by 24 square, and it was a big box toy, like a display toy. Like, you would open this up and somebody already broke the cardboard. It was like that when I bought it. And you could fold it up, which I haven't done because I'm afraid if I do it, it will do more damage to the box. So you could display it, and the plane was inside of here. It's fully, it fits in there. You didn't assemble it or anything. These are all the pieces. It's complete. It's got all the figures and all the vehicles. On the box, it even shows you every single vehicle that comes with it. Shows you kind of all of them in action and put together. The plane itself is based on a real plane, from, I don't know, maybe the 40s, 50s. It's called the Flying Boxcar. And this is heavy, so solid. It latches. This portion latches. You got to kind of squeeze it to open it. And everything fits in here. And the propellers move. This is a pressed tin lithograph with the images like barely scratched. This toy appears to be unplayed with. This is another one of those toys that's ancient. Somehow I found it, or it found me, and somebody kept it in unplayed with condition for 75 years or something. And this is about 75 years old. I'm just guessing. I don't know the exact year. We'll look it up when I do the video, because I'll be making a complete video. Look at the wheels, man. Hard rubber. It's not even dried. There's no dry rot. Everything's good to go. It's all good to go. A little discoloration from I don't know what. But I mean, there's no rust. So this was in some grandma's closet for 75 years, it seems like, in the back of a closet. This wasn't even in the garage. This was inside of some temperature-controlled environment for 70 years. And then it made it here to us at the Meyer Greenblatt channel. And we're going to be making a video of it this week. I need to move it off of the bench. It's been on the bench just like for a day, and it put some like dents in there. Oh, we'll set it over here. Put away most of the Marx stuff that I made videos of last week. Like most of all the Marx stuff except for this guy, I just can't put him away yet because he's just so cool and so fun to look at. I just like this toy so much. And it's summertime, so it makes me want to get more of these guys out and put saddles and bridles on the horses and put everybody in their stuff and kind of put them out on display since it's summertime. Stretching my back. So that's about it, man. I think that was today's show. We looked at zines and some figures. Oh, this is coming up too. Here's the last thing we'll look at today. It's going to be this long Tom combat scope. Let's see if we can get it to work. All right, so this would fold up like this. Folds all the way up. And then you could clip it on your belt. And it kind of slides down. It seems like, I don't know, I wouldn't want to run through the woods with this thing if you're a kid. But this might help you if you're playing army in the yard with your friends and the kids in the kids in the neighborhood. But also, I would use it in the house to kind of spy on different people. I would like try and put this around the corner and look in my sister's bedroom and make her yell at me. That's kind of the whole thing. It's not like you're actually wanting to see something or trying to look at stuff. You just want to annoy, other people in the house. That's what you're doing there it snaps in. The age that you are when you get the long Tom combat scope. That's kind of it. All right, let's see if we can figure out how to make it work. All right. Let's see. Kind of go like that. All right, so right now, what we can see in front of us is that stuff, right? Oh man, that's not going to work at all. Oh wait. Man, I can't see Johnny Carson with this. Do you guys see? This is what I'd be trying to do. I'd be trying to watch Johnny Carson with this when I was supposed to be in bed. That's what I would be doing. Hey, today was a great live stream. I hope you enjoyed it. We looked at small press zines for 90 minutes. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. It's called Meyer Greenblatt. And thanks for watching. Hope you have a great day or evening. And I'll be back next week with another live show like this. In the meantime, during the week, there will be shorts and long-form videos, mostly talking about vintage toys and comic books. And yeah, that's about it. Talk to you next time. Thanks for watching. Peace out.